What's up, my friends? Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to serve anyone who's looking to level up from their current situation. This show is dedicated to helping raise the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts out there, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good fucking person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. So today we're going to be talking about overcoming challenges. Like, we're going to go deep on when life throws you lemons, catch those motherfuckers, and make the best lemonade that you can. Because if you want to succeed in this journey of life, it's a must that we turn our challenges into opportunities, my friends. That small mindset shift alone has helped me level up time after time after time, even when I didn't think that I really could. Like, for this lesson, looking for the lesson within the obstacles, within the challenges, within that hardship that you think you're going through, looking for what I could learn from each of those situations and pushing through the fucking suck, because the reality is that it really is gonna suck. There's gonna be that moment where you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this, I don't want to go through this, but you can either sit there and complain about it, or you can do something about it, right? Pushing through the suck and really embracing that situation and looking for the lesson in that is what has got me to where I am today, right? So what are lemons, right? And I don't mean like lemons like the freaking fruit. Like, we're not talking about the fruit here. We're talking about lemons, metaphorically speaking, right? So in simple terms, lemons are challenges, setbacks, unexpected difficulties that we encounter throughout our lives. It could be like having a job loss, maybe going through some issues in your relationship, maybe having some severe health problems, maybe you could even have some car problems going on in your life. That's a tough one, because if that's your only way of getting around and you need to get to work and you're having massive amount of car problems, then that's going to be a fucking big hurdle in your life that you have to resolve really quick, right? But pretty much it can be any situation that causes you to go through a challenging time, through a difficult time, causes you some fucking heartache, some headaches, it causes you some fucking stress, right? And so it's crucial to note that our perception about that thing that we're going through, and in quotation marks here, is exactly what will shape our reality. All right, so I'm going to repeat that because that's an important one. I don't want you to miss that. Our perception about what's happening is exactly what will shape our reality, right? And so if you think it's going to break you, then it's going to fucking break you. But if you think it's going to make you, then it's going to fucking make you, right? You can see, like, if you're in a boat, or if you're in a sailboat, like, we can't control the wind, but we can always adjust the sails. And so how you view the obstacles that are in front of you will definitely determine how far forward you will go. That's why it's so important to embrace this positive mindset, because the power of positive thinking just leads to you building your resilience. And when you think positively about any situation that you're going through, more than likely, 9 times out of 10, you will take action on that. And when you take action, after action, after action, and you put one step forward in front of the other, and then the next step and the next step, despite of how tough that situation that you might be going through is, despite how challenging it may seem, despite how impossible you may think that it is to overcome that, when you keep just putting one step in front of the other, what you do is that you build up your mental toughness, and you start getting through it because of what you're going through, right? And before you know it, you're gonna fucking overcome it, And even though in that moment you wanted to back out, when you overcome it, you're gonna be able to look back and you'll be like, fuck, man, I am so glad that I didn't give up, right? So many people really undermine the power of positive outlook. Like, they really do. They're like, oh, that positive shit don't work. But then they sit there and look at all the negative stuff, and all they do is focus on the problems instead of the solutions. And then they don't fucking do anything. They don't take no fucking action. They literally let their circumstances dictate their actions, which in most cases are none. So what if like you put your feelings aside for a moment, like, and what if like, despite how you were feeling, despite the crappy situation, despite getting all emotional or whatever, like, what if you just focus on just getting that shit done, no matter how you felt, right? Like, think about how much further ahead you would be in life right now if every time in the past that shit got hard for you, you fucking saw it as an opportunity to level up and you embraced that challenge with massive amounts of grit and determination to fucking succeed no matter what happens, right? Like, I'll be 100% transparent. I always will be. I always come with a place of heart, honesty, and show you who the fuck I really am, right? Like, I know in my past, I could fucking think of many times when I wish I would have had that outlook, you know, I would have completely set me up differently. Like, I'm not perfect, right? And I'm on a journey to becoming better every day, just like you guys are, right? But being able, when you're in that moment, to look for the opportunity instead of focusing on the problem is such a game changer. And it's something that I've been practicing now for a while. But there's been many times when they get the best of me and I don't fucking look at it that way. And if I look back and could go and change all the situations, I would be so much farther ahead than I would be right now if I had just that slight mindset shift, right? And that's why I'm fucking making this episode. This is why I'm giving you my feedback on it, because I want you to do things faster than I have. I want you to pick up on these little tactics and strategies so that you can fucking level up, so that you can succeed, so you can achieve, so that you can become better faster, right? So like, I remember when last year when I broke my right scapula and I broke that bitch in half, like, I was already deep into like this mental toughness mindset that I've been on, because I shared with you several episodes ago that I just finished the Live Hard program, and so like I was deep into the program, and I was on this fucking I'm gonna succeed no matter what type of mindset, and because I had that type of mindset, like, I recovered in half the time that the doctor said that it was gonna take. Like, I remember, like, when I broke my scapula, that same week, I was fucking out going for my 3 mile walk. I was out doing exercise even before I got the surgery with my scapula broken in half. And people are like, you're fucking nuts. And I'm like, yo, I'm just fucking looking at it as the next level up. I really is. And even after my surgery, like, when they put these forged internals in me, like, I call it forged internals because they really are. It's fucking titanium, 2 plates and titanium screws. And so it makes my fucking shoulder way stronger. So I truly having forged internals in my shoulder and in my right leg. But I remember hitting every single therapy session like if it was a competition. I would go in there, man. I would come out fucking sweating. And everybody would look at me like, yo, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, yo, I'm here to fucking make shit happen. I'm here to get better. I'm here to improve. And I was fucking passing people that have been there for weeks, and I had just started, and they were like, holy shit. I was there to fucking make a difference. I was there to fucking to make shit happen. I wasn't there to fuck around. And so focusing every time on how much stronger I was going to come out after all of that, guess what? I fucking did it. I damn sure did. I fucking reduced my recovery time by half because I focused on the outcomes rather than the problems. And so this is why it's important for you to have a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Like, people with a fixed mindset don't believe that they can improve. Like, they believe that their characteristics are fixed, and that's just how life is. On the opposite of that, like, people with a growth mindset, they see challenges as opportunities, and they understand that even though something may be challenging in that moment, even though some things may seem hard, even though some things may seem like, oh fuck, I don't know how I'm going to do this, they know that their skills have the ability to improve, and therefore it will only be a matter of time until they will succeed, until they will win. Like, they believe that their abilities and their intelligence can be developed over time. It's like that famous quote from Thomas Edison says, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that don't work. Imagine that, having that outlook, having that mindset on, like, you'd be like, oh my God, I tried 10,000 times and I cannot, but it's not 10,000 fails. It's 10,000 ways that you found that just don't work. So you got to keep trying. You got to keep going. You got to keep evolving. And eventually, you fucking made some pretty fucking gangster inventions, right? And so let's transition quick and let's talk about some practical steps that you can take in order to make that fucking lemonade whenever those lemons get tossed at you, right? And so number one, is acceptance. Like, you got to be willing to accept the reality of your situations, because without that, you can't move forward. Like, you want to avoid denial at all costs, and you want to be able to embrace these new challenges that have come in like a light to your surface, that have come into your life, and like, all right, I'm accepting it. It's here. I'm gonna embrace it. Like, it's time to fucking level the fuck up, right? And so remember that challenges are opportunities for growth. So if you have that mindset on, if you accept that the problem is here, and then now, what can I get out of this? What lesson can I get out of this? What is this trying to teach me? How am I going to grow past this? How am I going to evolve? That's where it all starts. Step 2 is really just to assess, and create your plan. And so you want to take a moment to really evaluate the situation that you have at hand and identify all the opportunities that have come up. Like, and here's where it really becomes critical for you to focus on the solutions rather than the problems. Like, you want to be able to set realistic goals for yourself, and then create actionable steps that you will start taking right away. You want to kill all the idle time, and you want to just go right in. Like, fuck idling, fuck thinking about it, because what happens when you start thinking about it, that creates overthinking, and then overthinking creates inaction. And so what you want to do is you want to assess, you want to create a quick game plan, you want to start taking action. It's just like if you lose your job, like, that's a fucking hard thing to go through, right? And anyone who has gone through it can really identify with how tough that situation could be. You know, I'm thank God that I've never gone through that situation. I've never been fired from any one of my employments I've had. Every time I've left, it's because of my willingness to go and achieve and create better things in my life, right? But imagine that you lost your job. If you're, unfortunately, you've gone through that situation. I can only imagine like how much suck. And I've seen friends go through this, right? And then you can either sit there and you can fucking cry about the situation and how it's all just unfair and how you can't believe how this happened, and you can start looking at all the fucking problems and because this, and start pointing fingers and that, or you can really just embrace the situation, and now you can just accept that, all right, it happened, let's move forward, let's start finding solutions, and let's start focusing on how now I could have an opportunity to find a better paying job, and one that I like even more than the one that I had, right? And so it's all about how you see the circumstances that are in front of you. And so step 3 is really just to take that action. And I'm not talking about just small action. I'm talking about some massive fucking action. Like, during those times, our natural tendencies is just like to sedate ourselves and to fucking just chill. Like, I've seen it. I've been guilty of that. Like, during tough times, you just want to fucking numb yourself. You just want to chill. You just want to, like, oh, I've had a tough break or going on, I just want to chill. And like, man, you gotta fucking fight that shit. Like, fuck that. Like, I've learned that sedating, numbing yourself, it only leads to immediate satisfaction, but in the long term, it only makes the problem worse. And so what you want to do is you want to be able to fight those urges, and you want to have this proactive approach on positive behaviors within your life, right? Because God rewards those who go out and look for what they want. Like, not those who sit around on their asses just complaining about how life isn't fair. Like, no, that consistent action and taking small daily steps will lead you to big fucking changes in your life, man. It's like if you're going for an hour walk every single day. Like, I promise you that you're not going to notice the changes on the first day. You're not going to notice the changes on the first week. And you probably won't even notice the changes on the first month. But I guarantee you, man, if you do that shit consistently every day, an hour walk, by half of the year, you're going to be like, holy shit, man, some of my belly has gone down. And then when you get to that year mark, you're going to be like, holy shit, I feel so much better. I'm in fucking way better shape. My belly's gone down. I'm fucking have some more positive habits going on in my life. I'm feeling good. I'm active. My, like you'll be like looking back at the progress and all that shit that is came as a result of making those little small changes in your life with this fucking positive outlook of like, holy shit, that little ass subtle change in my routine created all this fucking gangster shit. Like, wow. Like, and that's why I always talk about exercise, because even just a small thing of like going for an hour walk, to an average, an hour walk will probably net you about 3 miles, right? And so that right there, like, will get you on a positive forward momentum. And like exercise is one of those things that if you do it consistently, it starts to just level up all aspects of your life because you feel good, your confidence starts getting on fire, you start eating good because you're working out, you're just start like elevating, your frequency just raises up, and you'll be just a happier version of you, right? Like who would have thought that like just by adding just an hour walk would make so much significant improvements in your life, right? It has in my life, and it's just why I'm recommending it. And like now what I do is almost every time I walk, unless I'm going from my mom's house where I go away from my house and I don't take the vest with me, but every time I'm walking in my neighborhood with my wife, I throw on my 40-pound vest to add some strength conditioning to my walks so that I can always take things to the next level, right? And so it's like this story. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but I'm going to say it, like the story of the alcoholic father that had two sets of twins. Well, not two sets, they had a set of twins, right? Two boys. Excuse me, my throat is dry. So this story about the alcoholic father who had a set of twins, right? And one of them grew up to be like, unfortunately, not much in life. He was kind of like, just wasn't successful at all. He was kind of the opposite of successful, right? And then the other one became extremely successful. He was an achiever, an overachiever. He was killing it in life. And so they went back and they asked each of them, like, man, why has your life turned out the way that it has? And each of them said the same thing. Oh, my life has turned out the way it has is because of my father. And so the dude who hadn't accomplished much, who was now also an alcoholic, like he was like, oh, because, growing up, I saw my dad doing this and drinking all the time and not doing much with his life. And so I did the same. And so he said that that's really what led him to being how he was. And then the other dude, the successful one, who had actually never drank a sip of alcohol in his life, said that it was because he saw how his father was growing up. And he saw all the damages that alcohol brought to the family. He saw his dad not taking action. He saw his dad just sedating himself. He saw his dad just, because of the alcoholism, brought so much negative impact to his family. And so because of that, he wanted to be the change in his household, and he used that situation to become better. And so it's all about how you perceive each situation in your life that will determine the outcomes that you will get, my friends. Like, you want to be the victor, not the victim. You want to be able to use the situation that you're going through to know that it's not going to drown you. It's fucking there to help you swim stronger, faster, so that you can come out on top. Like, it's not going to break you. It's going to fucking make you. Like, when you feel like you want to throw in the towel, remember this phrase right here. I say to myself all the time, and it really gets me going. It goes like, man, every time I'm like, fuck, I can't go anymore. I don't know why. I just feel like quitting this and that. I just remind myself. God gives the most challenging battles to the strongest soldiers. So know that this too shall pass. Let's fucking go. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, and I'm calling out all the motorsport enthusiasts out there who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back, and let's prove to the world that we're truly some badass motherfuckers. Those of you who made it to the end of the episode, I want to say, man, that you got yourself a win, and I genuinely appreciate you for investing your valuable time into the Live Wide Open podcast. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others improve is the mission that God has tasked us with. We are driven individuals. We're working on breaking the fucking stereotype, and we're working on becoming the best that we can be. Join me on this journey where we help as many motorsport enthusiasts as possible to create the best lives that we can imagine. Bro, and by any chance you haven't subscribed yet, use that friendly reminder. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. You can follow me on my Instagram. My handle is Wide Open Randy. And if you felt any connection to today's message, I ask that please share this on your story so that more people can see and hear about this podcast. And ultimately, really, those are the actions that help us spread the message. I'll catch up with you guys on the next episode. But till then, live your life wide open, my friends. Peace.